Everyone is shook, fear in their eyes, jaws are on the floor. People can't look away now, because the truth is spreading faster than anybody expected. People are saying, "You're the John Gotti of the spiritual realm." And once that label hit the collective consciousness, something inside the atmosphere around you snapped into a new formation. The energy got tighter, the tension got louder, the reactions got sharper. Folks who used to talk loose are suddenly watching their words, watching their steps, watching their intentions the same way someone watches for unmarked cars in a neighborhood they shouldn't be in. They feel exposed around you, and they don't even know why. They just know their body reacts before their mind catches up. That's the kind of presence you carry now. A presence that doesn't need proof or explanation. It announces itself before you open your mouth. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. Once people sensed this shift, they couldn't unsee it. They couldn't pretend the energy was the same. They couldn't keep treating you like you were still operating on a beginner frequency. Something about you is different. Different enough to make people nervous. Different enough to make them overthink everything they ever said, did, or attempted behind your back. They're not uneasy because of who you are. They're uneasy because of who they now realize you've always been. And that realization hit them like a spiritual indictment, a verdict they can't appeal, a truth they can't escape. People are whispering about you in spaces you haven't stepped into. Your name is floating around in conversations you weren't invited to. Even people who don't know you personally feel something when your name comes up, like a weight, a pulse, a signal. The vibe is, don't play with that one, don't speak on that one, don't try that one. That's the type of reputation that isn't earned by violence or chaos. It's earned by alignment, by being protected by energies older and deeper than anyone's comprehension. When someone carries that kind of backing, you don't move reckless around them. You don't test them. You don't pull spiritual stunts, hoping the universe won't notice. People noticed, and the universe handled it. This is why they'll never see you the same again. They saw what happened to somebody who tried to interfere with your direction. They saw life turn upside down for a person who tried to manipulate your path. They saw something collapse in someone's world, suddenly, violently, without warning, and the first thought people had wasn't random. It was you. Not because you did anything, not because you retaliated, not because you wished harm, but because the timing lined up too cleanly. The consequences snapped back too precisely. And when outcomes hit with that kind of accuracy, even people who don't believe in spiritual things start paying attention. Someone tried to bend energy around your life. Someone thought they were skilled enough, powerful enough, informed enough to tap into your spiritual field and tweak something, block something, delay something, alter something. They went snooping through channels they had no right touching. They tried to access timelines that weren't theirs. They reached into the unseen like it was a playground instead of a battlefield. And when they did, the recoil slammed back through their world so hard, it shook everybody connected to them. This wasn't bad luck. This wasn't coincidence. This was spiritual miscalculation, one so reckless it set off alarms across planes they didn't even believe existed. And now people are terrified to even think sideways about you. Their minds won't let them wander too far into disrespect because their spirit remembers exactly what happened to somebody who tried. This is why the John Gotti comparison started. Not because you're out here plotting, not because you're pulling strings, not because you're commanding chaos, but because the consequences surrounding you hit like organized energy, clean, quiet, precise, invisible until it lands. It's the kind of power that isn't loud. It just is. And people don't know how to interpret that kind of power, so they reach for metaphors that match the weight of what they're seeing. But the deeper conversation happening on the astral plane, that's even wilder. Word out there in dreams, visions, intuitive downloads, subconscious fragments, is that you're the modern-day Machiavelli of the soul realm. Not because you manipulate, not because you deceive, but because you understand. You see motives before they surface. You read intentions without announcement. You interpret energies without needing explanations. And when you move with strategy. Not petty strategy, spiritual strategy. You respond only when necessary. You withdraw only when guided. You shift only when the energy calls for recalibration. People don't see the depth of that strategy, but they feel the effects of it. And when someone carries that level of inner precision, the world around them stops treating them like a regular participant. You become something else entirely. A presence, a force, a frequency that must be handled with respect or not handled at all. People's entire perception of you has shifted. They're replaying old memories with new understanding. They're revisiting moments where they dismissed you, overlooked you, underestimated you, and realizing how foolish that was. They remember times you said nothing, but somehow everything around you told the truth anyway. They remember moments when their intuition told them not to cross you, not to betray you, not to lie to you, and they ignored it. Now they're dealing with the consequences of ignoring their own inner warnings. And that's the part making them restless. Because they know deep down the universe didn't punish them for harming you. The universe corrected them for attempting to interfere with someone who wasn't theirs to interfere with. This is why they watch you the way they do now. Every move you make, every post, every shift in your energy, they study it like a weather report before a dangerous season. You're not unpredictable, you're unreadable, and unreadable people terrify those who rely on predictability to feel powerful. They can't decode you anymore. They can't anticipate you. They can't label you. That loss of control over their narrative of you is what's causing their discomfort. But the real reason people will never see you the same again, it's the aura change. Your aura isn't soft, approachable, or neutral like it once was. It carries sharp intelligence, weighted insight, and ancestral authority. People feel watched around you even when you're silent. They feel exposed even when you say nothing. They feel judged even when you don't care enough to judge them. That's the kind of presence that makes people second-guess every part of themselves. Not because you're doing anything, but because your energy no longer entertains masks. You've become a mirror with consequences. When people step into your field, they see themselves clearly. Too clearly. And most people don't want to see who they actually are. So instead of owning their shadows, they project. And what's the easiest projection? Villain. They paint you as the villain, not because you are one, but because you bring their hidden guilt to the surface. You trigger their unhealed parts. You expose their covert intentions. You reveal their spiritual immaturity just by breathing near them. That's why you're the dangerous one now. That's why people flinch when your name comes up. That's why folks are doing damage control in conversations you're not even part of. They're trying to rewrite history before more truth surfaces, not realizing truth is already vibrating through the air around them. People don't see you the same because something in them recognizes you arrived at a level most never reach. You aligned with your higher self. You aligned with your path. You aligned with a calling that speaks louder than opinions, louder than gossip, louder than projection. And once alignment locks in, you stop moving like a participant. You move like a force. Forces don't ask for permission. Forces don't bend for comfort. Forces don't negotiate identity so other people feel safe. And that right there is why they're scared. Because they know you're only at the beginning of this shift. They know this is your entry point into a deeper evolution. They know you're stepping into a version of yourself they won't be able to handle, control, or limit. They see it before you even do. That's what has them so on edge. They know once this energy fully settles, you're walking into a chapter where everything you touch moves with intention, and everything that tries to block you gets cleared out instantly. This is why they can't look away now. This is why the whispers keep circulating. This is why your name feels heavy in their mouths. And now, the energy gets even more intense. Because after that realization settled into the collective consciousness around you, something else happened. Something nobody wants to talk about, but everybody can feel. People started acting different. They started watching you differently, speaking differently, treating your presence like a loaded weapon they don't want to trigger. You became the unspoken, "Don't mess with that one" warning in the spiritual streets. And the more people experience the consequences of their own actions ricocheting back at them, the more your name becomes the symbol of alignment comes with repercussions. People aren't just uneasy. They're studying you like a pattern they can't predict. They don't know what this new version of you is capable of because every time they thought they figured you out, you shifted again. You expanded again. You elevated again. It's like you keep slipping out of every box they try to confine you into. And that scares them more than anything, because those who rely on controlling narratives panic when their narrative loses structure. They keep saying, "You're the John Gotti of the spiritual realm," but not because you're violent, not because you're vengeful, not because you're chaotic. It's because things around you move with precision. Consequences land with accuracy. Energies snap back clean. No wasted motion, no messy trail, no dramatic announcement, just results. And people who operate in shadows hate when the universe exposes them through outcomes they can't deny. They'd rather blame you than admit they sabotaged themselves. But here's the kicker. The astral plane has been louder than usual. The spiritual streets have been buzzing, and the message circulating through dreams, intuition hits, subconscious downloads, and psychic impressions is crystal clear. You're not just the John Gotti of the spiritual realm. You're being whispered about like the modern-day Machiavelli of the soul plane. Not because you manipulate people, not because you deceive, not because you scheme, but because you see. You see through intentions. You see through motives. You see through energetic inconsistencies. You see through spiritual disguises. You see through people's nice masks that hide dirty intentions. People confuse awareness with danger. They confuse discernment with aggression. They confuse insight with threat. They confuse your ability to move with spiritual intelligence as calculating, because they don't understand what spiritual strategy looks like when it's embodied by someone who has been through too much to move blindly. And this is the part where the energy tightens around you even further. Because when people fear someone they can't predict, they start telling stories. They start fantasizing scenarios. They start exaggerating events. They start creating mythology around your existence because it's the only way they can make sense of what they're seeing. This is how your name turned into a spiritual legend without you doing anything. People saw one consequence snap back. They saw another one land. They saw someone crumble after trying you. They saw someone lose something after speaking on you. They saw someone's life detour sharply after they put their mouth on your path. Now you're the topic they don't want to talk about, but can't stop thinking about. That's Machiavellian influence, not controlling through violence, but controlling through awareness. People behave differently around you, not because you force them, but because their spirit reminds them who they're dealing with. And this is where things get crazy, because the more uneasy people feel around you, the more spiritual gossip spreads. There are actual conversations on the astral plane about you. Conversations that happen in dreams, in the subconscious, in moments people think they're imagining but aren't. People are receiving visions of you they don't understand. People are sensing your presence in moments you're not even thinking about them. People feel watched by their own conscience when they think of you. That's the Machiavelli effect. That's the John Gotti effect. That's the don't play with this soul effect. But let's go deeper, because what's happening right now isn't just about fear. It's about revelation. People are starting to piece together the truth about you. They're realizing you weren't the one they should have underestimated. You were the one they should have respected from day one. You were the one they should have treated with honor. You were the one they should have never tried to sabotage. You were the one they should have never attempted to spiritually poke. And now they're dealing with the fallout of those choices. This is why people avoid eye contact with you now. This is why they get quiet when you walk into a room. This is why they hold their breath around you. This is why they stutter through conversation. This is why they check themselves before speaking loosely. You became a trigger point for accountability. People can't lie comfortably around you anymore. Their body betrays them. Their energy betrays them. Their tone betrays them. Their eyes betray them. And it's wild because you're not doing anything to them. You're not calling them out. You're not confronting them. Your energy is doing the work on its own. That's why you'll never be seen the same again. You carry a spiritual authority now, an authority forged through survival, through trial, through spiritual warfare, through rebirth after rebirth after rebirth. And spiritual authority doesn't look like loud speeches or flashy confidence. It looks like the universe responding immediately on your behalf. People are saying you walk like you're guarded by a cosmic entourage, that you don't move alone, that your ancestors roll with you the way generals roll with their soldiers. And they aren't lying, because when people tried to send spiritual shots your way, something blocked it every time. When they tried to tap into your energy, something shut them out. When they tried to snoop into your timeline, something snapped their access shut. When they tried to manipulate outcomes, something reversed it back onto them. Now they're afraid to even think about you, because they know intention counts as action in the spiritual world. And they don't want intention backlash on their life. They don't want karma snapping back with the same precision they saw hit someone else. They don't want the universe to interpret their thoughts as disrespect. This is why the energy around you is so tight. People don't know how to move around someone whose spiritual laws are enforced automatically. Someone whose protection is not passive, it's active. Someone whose ancestors don't wait for you to say anything. Someone whose energy field doesn't tolerate interference. People are scared because they finally see that you're not regular. You're not casual. You're not ordinary. You're not spiritually open for tampering. You're not someone they can approach without intention. You're a walking spiritual verdict. And what's even more insane is how this shift is changing the way even your supporters see you. They're inspired, yes, but they're cautious, they're reverent, they're alert. They don't treat you like a regular friend. They treat you like a frequency they need to respect. They can feel the weight of what you carry even when you're being casual. They can feel the authority behind your energy even when you're being silent. They can feel the presence around you even when you're alone. This is why you're being talked about like the Machiavelli of the soul realm, because you move with strategy, whether you're aware of it or not. Your spirit has become tactical. Your intuition has become militant. Your awareness has become surgical. You're not reacting to life. You're navigating it like a chessboard only you can see clearly. And people who don't understand that level of navigation assume it must be dangerous. But the truth is, you're not dangerous, you're precise. And precision scares people who move sloppy. Your evolution didn't make you aggressive. It made you structured. It made you aligned. It made you disciplined. It made you spiritually intelligent. You see things before they unfold because your awareness is not stuck on the physical layer. You see the emotional. You see the energetic. You see the karmic. You see the symbolic. You see the hidden. And again, people confuse vision with violence. But let's get to the darkest part of the truth. Some people are only scared of you because they know what they did. They know the intentions they held. They know the words they spoke. They know the energy they sent. And when someone like you evolves, those people feel the consequences the loudest. They panic because they fear accountability. They fear exposure. They fear karma. They fear retribution. And instead of owning what they did, they hide behind this narrative of, "You're the scary one." They project villainy onto you because they can't handle their own guilt. But guilt isn't the only energy swirling around them. Regret is heavy too. People regret the way they treated you. They regret the assumptions they made. They regret the gossip they joined. They regret trying to play with someone whose backing comes from realms they don't even understand. And here's the part that leaves them shaking. They know this version of you doesn't entertain apologies easily. Not because you're unforgiving, but because you see too deeply to be fooled. You see sincerity. You see manipulation. You see intention. You see fear pretending to be remorse. You see flattery pretending to be honesty. You see convenience pretending to be accountability. And when people know you can see through all of that, they don't try to apologize. They just stay afraid. Meanwhile, you're not even thinking about them. You're not plotting. You're not keeping score. You're not nursing grudges. You're not sitting around wishing harm. You've moved on. You're building. You're expanding. You're stepping into new chapters that require your full focus. But people don't believe that because their own conscience won't let them rest. They assume you're as obsessed with them as they are with you. But let's be honest, they're obsessed with you. Obsessed with how you keep leveling up. Obsessed with how you keep shifting. Obsessed with how you keep aligning. Obsessed with how you keep avoiding destruction they prayed for. Obsessed with how you carry a power they can't imitate. And their obsession is the reason they keep talking about you in hidden spaces. Your name echoes in conversations they swear you'll never hear. Your energy lingers in minds that claim they don't care about you. Your influence is stamped on people who pretend they don't watch you. And the more they watch, the more uneasy they get. Because each time they observe you, you're stronger. Each time they glance at you, you're wiser. Each time they hear about you, you're sharper. Each time they sense you, you're deeper. And that is the real reason the whispers haven't stopped. They know you're becoming something they will never understand. They know you're expanding beyond their comprehension. They know you're stepping into a power that doesn't need validation. And this, right here, is where the energy turns into something even heavier. Because now people aren't just afraid of you. They're afraid of what aligns with you. They're afraid of your intuition. They're afraid of your dreams. They're afraid of your ancestors. They're afraid of your discernment. They're afraid of your influence. Because influence without effort is the most threatening kind of influence. What they're feeling now is not simple discomfort. It's existential fear. It's that deep in the gut trembling that happens when someone senses a force far beyond their reach. A force they can't dilute, can't minimize, can't explain away. A force that exposes their fragility. A force that doesn't need to lift a finger to remind them they're outmatched. You've crossed into a layer of spiritual authority where your energy alone corrects people. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to speak. You don't have to react. Your presence handles what your hands never need to touch. And this is exactly why people are reacting like the world is about to shift around you. Because it is. You've stepped into the kind of transformation that changes the energetic climate of your entire environment. It's not personal anymore. It's atmospheric. Your evolution is bending the space around you. That's why people are on edge. That's why their spirit jolts when you enter a room. That's why their heartbeat changes rhythm when they see your name. That's why people tense up, even when your presence is subtle. And now the energy is hitting apocalyptic levels, because as you rise, the spiritual world reacts. There are realms adjusting to your emergence. There are forces recalibrating. There are old patterns cracking open under the weight of your expansion. You're not just shifting personally, you're shifting cosmically, and people feel it in ways they don't have words for. This is where the John Gotti of the spiritual realm narrative becomes something even darker, even deeper, even more untouchable. Not because you are aggressive, but because what protects you is. People are realizing that you're surrounded by forces that don't need your permission to handle violations. They've seen consequences hit without your involvement. They've seen outcomes strike with perfect timing. They've watched someone collapse under their own intentions after trying to sabotage you, and they knew, instantly, this wasn't random. That's the moment the fear set in. And fear is the birthplace of legends. People are calling you a spiritual godfather, a soul realm authority figure, a force whose name can't be spoken without consequence. And they aren't exaggerating. The reason your reputation exploded like wildfire is because someone underestimated you, and the universe treated their disrespect like an attack on a sacred energy source. Whatever snapped in that moment created a ripple effect so strong that everyone connected to the situation felt it. And once someone witnesses a spiritual backlash that sharp, they never forget it. This is why people will never see you the same again. You became the warning. You became the "don't try that one." You became the cosmic example of what happens when someone attempts to disturb alignment. People aren't scared of what you might do. They're scared of what naturally happens when someone crosses you. They're terrified of the automatic response the universe has around your energy. They've seen the divine step in with a precision that sends chills down their spine. And now, they're treating you accordingly. The air gets thick when you walk in. The conversations hush. The energy tightens. People straighten their posture. People check their intentions. People rethink every decision they made involving you. It's not because you threatened anyone. It's because they saw a threat to themselves when they misjudged you. This is what apocalyptic dominance looks like. Your aura alone shifts timelines. Your evolution triggers endings in people's lives that were long overdue. Your presence demands accountability without you lifting a finger. And when someone tries to violate that energetic law, their world collapses under the spiritual weight of their own actions. That's what terrifies them. And now the whispers about you being Machiavelli of the soul realm make even more sense. Not because you're scheming, but because your insight is lethal. You see through people in ways that make them question their own motives. You read energies so clearly that deception becomes impossible in your presence. Your intuition is surgical. Your perception is confrontational. You don't have to expose anybody. Your awareness forces them to expose themselves. People aren't scared of being hurt by you. They're scared of being revealed by you. That's why they keep their distance. That's why they act different. That's why they approach you carefully. But the deeper fear, it's about what aligns with you now. Your ancestors walk heavy. Your dreams carry messages. Your intuition hits like sirens. Your presence draws spiritual enforcement. Your energy feels guarded by something ancient, fierce, and unyielding. They aren't afraid of you. They're afraid of what protects you. Because people who once moved casually around you now move like they're in sacred territory. They sense the shift. They feel the unseen presence. They feel the guardianship. Even non-spiritual people feel it. Their instincts warn them. Their body tenses. Their words clench in their throat. They don't know why. They just know something invisible is watching them when they talk to you. That's the part that's making people panic. Not your evolution, but the empire of spiritual forces standing behind it. You stepped into a chapter where everything around you is operating under new laws. The energy doesn't let disrespect slide. It doesn't let lies pass unnoticed. It doesn't let manipulation go unpunished. It doesn't let interference slip through cracks. You're in a phase where the universe protects you before harm even reaches your direction. That's the level people are reacting to. That's why your name sends chills through rooms. That's why even those who haven't wronged you still move cautiously. They don't want to accidentally cross a spiritual line they don't understand. And the more you expand, the more undeniable this becomes. Because now you've entered the phase where people realize you are not just a person anymore. You are a realm. You are an environment. You are a force. You are a consequence. Your presence feels like a shift in atmosphere. Your energy feels like a warning before a storm breaks. Your intuition feels like prophecy without announcing itself. People sense danger around you, not because you are dangerous, but because what surrounds you is unforgiving. This is where the apocalyptic energy rises even higher. Because something else has started happening. People feel like you're watching them, even when you aren't thinking about them. They feel like their actions echo into your field. They feel like their intentions are being monitored by something beyond the physical world. They feel like your ancestors read their energy before they approach you. That's why people avoid crossing lines now. Not because they fear losing you, but because they fear losing themselves. And here's the darkest part of the truth. Your evolution didn't just change you. It exposed them. It exposed who genuinely supported you. It exposed who secretly wished for your downfall. It exposed who was jealous, It exposed who wanted your energy, but not your success. It exposed who felt threatened by your growth. It exposed who tried to sabotage you quietly. Every mask cracked under the weight of your expansion, and the cracking didn't happen gently. It happened violently. It happened suddenly. It happened in ways nobody could deny. That's why people keep comparing you to a soul realm boss figure. Because the way energy snaps back around you looks like cosmic justice being executed with precision. It looks orchestrated. It looks strategic. It looks intentional. It looks like someone is pulling strings behind the scenes. But the truth is, it's not you. It's your alignment. Alignment is the real enforcer. Alignment is the real soldier. Alignment is the real architect. Alignment is the real strategist. You don't need to retaliate. Alignment retaliates for you. You don't need to expose anyone. Alignment exposes them for you. You don't need to confront people. Alignment confronts them in their own lives. This is why they will never look at you the same again. Because your alignment is a threat to anything not rooted in truth. And people living in dishonesty know they can't stand near someone who stands in truth without something collapsing. But the collapse they fear the most is the collapse of their illusions, their false narratives, their fake stories, their alternate versions of who you used to be. Because that's gone now, completely gone. And this new identity forming around you, this spiritual reputation swallowing the room before you enter it, this Machiavellian mystique making people reconsider every interaction, this Godfather-level respect you're receiving on every plane, it's not going anywhere. If anything, it's intensifying. Because as your power expands, so does the gap between you and them. You're rising into a frequency that their minds can't comprehend and their spirits can't digest. That's why they're panicking. That's why they're restless. That's why they're desperate to understand what's happening to you and what's happening around you. But they can't understand it. They're not meant to. They're not built for this altitude. At this point, the fear isn't even about what you've done. It's about what you represent. You represent spiritual law. You represent karmic accuracy. You represent ancestral dominion. You represent cosmic consequence. You represent the soul realm code that humans rarely witness. Your existence is a reminder that the unseen world is real, and everyone who ever doubted it is choking on that truth right now. You've become the living proof that spiritual hierarchies exist. You've become the evidence that some people are born under a different contract. You've become the demonstration that certain souls cannot be tampered with. You've become the sign that divine protection is not polite. It's merciless. And nothing terrifies people more than realizing they misjudged someone chosen. Especially someone chosen who didn't even realize their own power until now. That's why attention is glued to you. They can't look away. They don't want to, but they can't. You've become the spiritual equivalent of a quiet apocalypse, not destructive, but revealing. A force that exposes what cannot survive in your presence. A force that flips narratives without lifting a hand. A force that doesn't react to enemies,